Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Loan Plan Profit and Technical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing, great start to your Thursday morning. I did take a position during pre-market hours on ticker symbol DGAS just due to the overall pattern that natural gas was showing. I was able to clear a little bit over $150 profit, or exactly $150 profit on that specific position. Right now, I'm going to be sharing my screen again for all those that are tuning in for the first time. My name is Ricky. Again, we do this every single day within the Learn Plan Profit group. They get to watch me trade live from anywhere from about 30 minutes to about an hour and a half, depending, really around 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how active we are, or how volatile the market is. It's something that we do every single day at market open, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. There's a little incentive, so if you guys are tuning in right now, and we're tuning in before 7 a.m. or 30 minutes before the market opens. So the market just opened. Be sure to refresh your screen. There's a little coupon code, $75 off the Learn Plan Profit course. That's absolutely the biggest discount that we're going to be giving. And I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that before we get on started. So let's go ahead and have some fun and make some money. So I want to say what's up to all of you guys. Let's go ahead and check this out. Let's go. Let's see. Here we go. All right. I'm going to be also, for those that are tuning in for the first time and kind of don't know how we do things within these live streams. So for the first couple of minutes, I'm going to be trying to trade. As of right now, it looks like we have a pretty decent setup on natural gas. So I'm going to try to make the most of it. And if it's there, great. And if not, then I can start answering some questions. I'm also going to do some breakdowns on some callouts, very similar to the Sunday Stock Talk, and sharing my thought process, why I see value, why I don't. And it's all in real time, right? It's being able to see it when the market's actually opened and stuff like that. So as of right now, let me show you exactly what it is that I'm looking at. When looking at natural gas, what do you guys see here? So we do see natural gas trading in between the middle and top view up. So one of you guys, or some of you guys might be asking, Ricky, why did you take a position on ticker symbol DGAS? Like, why did it make sense to you? So one thing that I noticed is that, natural gas had a really strong push up, right? It began to consolidate, and the progression in the way that it was growing, it was no longer making higher highs. It was actually slowly making lower lows and lower highs. I saw that after the SMA line was acting as a support, as you can see right here. So support means that it normally bounces off of that specific price point. One thing that we noticed is that it broke below the SMA line and then began to trend down. Again, I set my alarm every single morning for 5 a.m. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be trading during that time, but because I have the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, it allows me to trade 2.5 hours before the market opens. Again, this is for people with only real accounts. I don't think if you have simulation trading that you're able to do this, but feel free to call the broker and see if it's something that you can get set up. The reason that that's so effective is because now that after it transitions into after 5 o'clock, I saw this pattern that the SMA line, as it acted as a previous support, it's now acting as somewhat of a new resistance. So let's see. Here we go. We got a really nice pushed up all the way up to about 2.68. And then one thing that I noticed is that it started to show signs of a peak formation and began to consolidate, no longer make higher highs. The EMA line started to point down. And that's when I decided to take my initial position on ticker symbol DGAS. It began to show signs of a sell-off. Again, based off of previous patterns, it bounced around, right? The middle VWAP for natural gas. So as natural gas trends down, as we saw here, DGAS pushes up. So that's when I began to see value in it. And again, we're starting to get little bounces off of the middle VWAP and then rejections around 2.68. Bounces off the middle VWAP, rejection around the 2.68. It doesn't mean that this pattern has to continue to follow. It just means that that is the pattern that I saw, and that's why I took my position. So if we come on over here to ticker symbol DGAS, you guys could see exactly what it is that I did. So I'm going to click over here and click show trades. So you guys could see exactly what it is that I did here. I bought some here. And then guess what? Sold and sold, right? And then I bought some around the 105.91 area. And as it begins to show signs of an uptrend, if and only if, then I'll put my limit order to sell. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this out just so it doesn't distract me on where it is that I bought and where it is that I sold. But again, based off previous patterns, look at the previous resistance here, right around 106.34. And right here, it's 106.39 and stuff like that. So around 106.30 would be a decent price point to get rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, this is just based off previous patterns. So I'm going to go here, click 100% of my position to be sold. I'm going to click limit order, and then I'm going to put 106 0.30. So this will allow me to sell with a limit order at that exact price point. So I'm going to go ahead and just confirm. Boom, 200 shares, which is the total amount that I have, is at a specific, what's it called? Well, my limit order is placed. So Jason Smith, I did see your message. Are you asking what happened to the TechBot Solutions and Learn Plan Profit chat? Not too sure. If you want, feel free to email us at info@learnplanprofit.com and we can see what happened, just to make sure that your Discord is still set up with our server. Oh, and yeah, Justin just said the same thing, but on Discord. Sweet. So I wanted to see while my limit order is there. So here we go. The spread is pretty wide between the ask and the bid, right? So let's see where we're at right now. We're up about 205 on the day, about $55 on the position. And again, this is based off of, my entry point wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible. It still made sense on why I had that position. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time, see if we can get a little bit closer to that specific resistance and go from there. Seth up 3% already. What's going on, Seth? Nice. One of the things that we really like to focus within our Learn Plan Profit group is having a reason behind everything that is that you do. We have a huge like empowerment behind simulation trading and paper trading. So if you're someone that's just getting started, especially if you're coming from absolutely knowing nothing and you're starting the course, one of the things and the best ways, in my opinion, to learn something new, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm someone that learns from incrementally. Like if I have 7 hours of content to learn from, I'm not going to consume 7 hours of information and then try to implement everything. It's just, that's not how I'm wired. The thing that works really well for me is to dedicate, 20 to 30 minutes out of the day to learn something new and begin to implement it. I can practice it for the next 2 days and see if it actually sticks and makes sense. You can, again, these series of best practices that I share are things that need to be, kind of in a sense tweaked depending on your trading style. So if it's something that you find effective, but because of maybe your specific lifestyle or position or trading account value, you're gonna have to tweak it. And again, that's one of the things that I need to make sure that you guys all know, that this isn't just information that you're going to watch and learn right away. It's something that you're going to have to practice, implement, and refine. So it looks like we're experiencing a little bit of a resistance, almost exactly at that 106.30 price point. So let me see exactly. Where's it at? Yeah, so it's pulling back a little bit. I'm gonna hover over this. Let's see. Literally right around the 106.28. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lower my limit order. Right now we have some out. We have sellers at. Do you guys see this? So 106.30. There we go. Filled. So 226.02. Ended up locking in profits. Again, there's a reason behind that sell. Right now, we're seeing a really nice little push up. I'm already pretty much halfway through my daily goal. And again, it's been about 7 minutes since the market opened. Obviously, I took a position during pre-market hours. But let's just take it easy. Let's just make sure that there's a reason behind every trade that we take, and that we feel comfortable doing it, right? If you're someone that's just getting started and doesn't essentially feel comfortable with the trade that you're about to take, why even take it? Like, you're not here to prove yourself to anyone. You're not here to compete with others. You're here to show yourself that you understand the material and what it is that you're about to do. I think that's what's most important. That's what we want to empower you to do. And if you want to share, your trades, feel free to do so, but don't feel like you have to. One of the things that you can do is if you just want to work with me on a closer basis, feel free to direct message me your trading plan, right? And then I can give you my 2 cents, or feel free to share it in the group alert section within Learn Plan Profit or the watch list section for TechBot Solutions, and just make sure that you tag me. That's one of the biggest things. I only see the ones that tag me as it alerts me, letting me know that you just took that position. So let's go. Let's see. Guac for the boys. What's going on, Kyle? What's up? Ricky, can you tell let's see. Guac 4 days. What's going on, Joshua? Yeah, there's 100%. You can sign up for another paper trading account. So, or you can call TD Ameritrade and let them know that you need a little bit more time. They should not charge you for any of this. But yeah, I'm super happy to have you as a part of the team, Amanda. And if you need any assistance from me, just direct message me. Just please try to call yourself first and be like, I really am enjoying the service. Is there any way that I can get another 2 months? They should be able to extend it. And if not, you don't really need to put any real information when you sign up for your paper trading account anyways. So you should be able to open one anyways. It just has to probably be a new username and stuff like that. What's going on, Seth? What's up? Nice little sell for the boys. What's going on, Ice? So you're obviously part of the Little Time Profit Group, right? So I started saying that joke yesterday. What do you guys think about our new TechBlitz mug? Plug, right? No, just kidding. Coupon code mug me, says Justin. Here you go. So we're seeing a nice little push up. Let me show you exactly. I mean, not only do I, one of the things, again, correct me if I'm wrong. So wow, we just got a really nice push up, 106.79. So it pushed up another almost like 40 cents after I sold. One of the things that we've noticed is that natural gas, especially UGAS and DGAS, correct me if I'm wrong, and let me know if you guys have experienced the same thing, has been experiencing less volume. So there's sometimes like dashes, right, or the little crosses within the the charting instead of full candles. And this is what you experience when natural gas isn't essentially in its prime anymore. And if you don't feel comfortable trading with that lower volatility and kind of like that lower volume, then please don't. That's the easiest way to put it. I've been finding it very unattractive, and how low a volume it's been experiencing yesterday, and it yesterday, as soon as the market opened, because of the very aggressive sell-off on natural gas, and during pre-market hours as we saw a really strong push, the volatility is there, but it's been lacking, and there's no question about it. So as of right now, again, sometimes I like to look at /NG and make my trades or set up my trade plan according to how natural gas is trading, just because it gives me a better understanding due to higher volume and stuff like that. Is natural gas going to continue to sell off, or is it going to continue to uptrend and stuff like that? So as of right now, again, there's no break of pattern just yet. We're still riding that middle view up. I think that it does have potential to continue to sell off, and here we go. So we're getting a nice little red candle here. Can we see a little bit of a drop below the middle view up? If so, again, DGAS might still have a little bit more margin to continue to push up, because as natural gas sells off, DGAS continues to push up, right? One of the things that I also do want to cover, just because it's been so active, is /CL. /CL did a lot of consolidation, had a really nice push up, but again, it doesn't matter how much it pushes up, it matters where it's at when the market opens. And unfortunately, it started to sell off, right? And then broke below the middle view up and is now downtrending. And guess what? Now we're approaching this middle view up. But again, /CL. A lot of people, always ask me what time frames do you look at for a day trade or for a swing trade? Yes, it's very important to look at the 1 day, 1 minute time frames for a day trade, because those are the most relevant patterns, but also you want to understand the direction of what it is that you're investing in. And /CL has been a consistent uptrend. So although right now it is showing signs of a downtrend, it has the potential to continue to rally, and I just want you guys to be aware of that. And again, you could only identify that specific pattern if you are able to look at larger time frames. So one of the things that are being asked right now is the natural gas report today. The natural gas report should be today as well, 1 hour after the market opens. Let's see. PGC, let's check that one out. PCG. There we go. Nice little uptrend on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. Let's look at the 20 day, 1 hour. Same thing. Nice little uptrend. Okay, so it was a very aggressive descending pattern. It recently did break above the overall SMA line. It is still uptrending. It's super overbought, super overextended on the 180 day, 4 hour chart. So that's just something that I would be careful about. The volatility seems pretty solid. Not too sure how comfortable. I don't know anything about this specific company at all. But if you identify a pattern that makes sense to you, then great. Right now it looks like it's kind of validating the SMA line as a support. So I would kind of view that as kind of like the lower points, more of a good deal. Right now it looks like it's a little bit more on the overextended side and looking to pull back and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a really good question. So really nice sell off right now on PCG. And again, it doesn't matter that it approaches the SMA line. If it doesn't bounce there, then it most likely means that it's not going to bounce there. So again, let's just wait for that overall confirmation. But that's a really good question. So why is it that I have such a huge focus on DGAS and UGAS and natural gas? It just has to do with the time of season and the overall understanding that this is they offered a series of patterns that made sense to me and that I resonated well with. It doesn't mean that any of you have to trade them. One of the things that I tried to empower people to do is to, find your niche within the market. We have so many people that are super focused only on gold-based ETFs, or on crude oil, or on natural gas, or on tech companies, and it's just identifying a niche so it's less overwhelming with all the different stocks and picks that everyone continues to share. The more kind of like when it comes down to like investing in cars. If you have like, let's say whatever car it is that you are driving, if you're someone that has proactively sold maybe one or two of them, you're going to become more aware of the series of issues and things to look for and identify that would value something to be a good deal and to identify something that might be worth a little bit more. And the same thing with these series of stocks. You become more familiar with the different factors, the different seasons, and the different patterns that can make you money, or when there's a break-up pattern or something like series of factors that are released that can drive the price down that you are more aware of, and it's only because, again, you were so micro-focused on that specific niche. So I think that's the best explanation that I would have for you. It's not that I think that it's anything better. I don't think that natural gas is anything better than gold or anything like that. It's what worked really well for me, and if it's something that consistently makes me money, then why overcomplicate it? Why trade anything else, right? It was kind of like my bread and butter for the months of November and December and a little bit and majority of January. But transitioning from February to March, I really do think that I'm going to have to change to something that might be a little bit more volatile since we've seen natural gas slow down quite a bit. Yeah, and again, some of you guys are asking about like day trading and swing trading. One of the biggest reasons that I stopped swing trading, if you guys remember, like almost a year exactly from today, I had a huge focus on swing trading, but it's because I saw the market to be consistent. The patterns were there. There were consistent patterns that showed signs of uptrends. When it comes down to the patterns that I see now in the overall market, when we saw that huge market pullback, I saw a lot of inconsistency, and I didn't want to be a part of that inconsistent, patterns nor factors. So what I began to do is, to manage my risk, I only began to day trade to be able to manage how much I put in, how much I, managing my stop loss or managing my risk, or the profits that I make, as I didn't want to leave anything to chance. I wanted to be able to control every variable when it came down to my trading. So the LPP course taught me more in 1 month than in 6 months. And I'm not saying that you should get it, but it definitely benefit you. I super happy to hear that. And again, we get that question asked all the time. Like, is a Learn Plan Profit course going to teach me like everything there is that I need to know about the market? So the easiest way to put it is based off of my knowledge and what it is that, I think and I'm updating the course. First of all, like I would encourage you, like if you are planning on enrolling, the course is going to be updated between the months of March and April. So completely new information, and everyone that's already enrolled will get all the new information as well. There's no like higher fee or anything like that. It's just the market's always changing, and I want to provide the most relevant, topics out there. But the course is actually such a small part of the Learn Plan Profit, lesson library. You get the group chat, and you get to watch me trade live like this every single day. But it's kind of like, I have over 1,400 videos on YouTube, or the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of videos that are already on YouTube that are not even just mine, right? And taking in all that information, structuring it in a way that like teaches you what it is that you need to know. The biggest thing is like there's no magic secrets within like my like the Learn Plan Profit course. It's structured in a way that like makes it so much more efficient and effective for someone that's just getting started to learn. And I think that's the easiest way to put it. It's structured in a way that makes it a lot more effective. So again, what he learned in 6 months, he could learn in a much shorter period of time. But it doesn't mean that you have to enroll in the course to be successful. If you like being a part of the free group and you like to tune into these free live streams once a month, then great. We'd love to have you. It literally only bought 5 shares. Wow. If you only want to tune into these live streams once a month, 100%. But if you would like to work with me on a closer basis and direct message me every single day and have me break down the stock that you see value in, and be a part of like the Learn Plan Profit course, then that's an option. It doesn't mean that you have to do it. I just want to make sure that you guys are all aware of that. I've never said that like you need the course to be successful. It's just an option to like have access to me on a closer basis. I think that's what's the premise. Like, yes, it's viewed as a course because there's course content, but I would say the course, and for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, feel free to share your opinion. But I think one of the biggest values in the Learn Plan Profit course is being able to watch me trade live every single day. And again, there's no one else, if I'm not mistaken, that does that. And it's $300 normally, right? So $75 off right now. So that means it's $224, which is the biggest discount that we'll give. It's a one-time fee, and you get access to it for a lifetime. So yeah. Super excited for the Learn Plan Profit updates coming soon. Yeah, I'm what's it called? I started filming a couple of I'm filming and integrating more like screen recordings of my iPhone, because I know like there's a lot of people that are like on the go and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to be able to share that information with you guys, as well as I know a lot of my people that are in school or that have like full-time jobs, like a 9-to-5, can truly benefit from that information in setting OCO brackets. For those that are not familiar with what that is, being able to have a limit order to sell, and a stop loss at the same time. I think that's the beautiful thing about TD Ameritrade, is that it gives you all these different cool little tools that you can benefit from, that can almost automate your trading. You still have to know, like, I mean, like the placing the buys and the sells are like the easy part, but you guys you know what I mean, right? When it comes to, I'm missing out on this. I'm talking too much. See. Call out DWDP. What's going on, Landon? What's up? So DWDP. Here we go. Okay, so nice little sell-off. MACD showing signs of a potential reversal. I like the RSI. Makes sense again, but no confirmation just yet. Let's check out its overall pattern and direction. So it's been consistently uptrending. Great. So I would kind of have an idea in mind. So if you were to take a position, especially before the overall confirmation, what it is that you are looking for a potential breakout pattern, because just as much as it could go up, it could go down. Let's look at the 180-day chart. So yeah, nice little uptrend. It is a little bit more on the overextended side though. So let's just make sure that you're aware of that, that it doesn't have to continue to go up. So looking at the 1-day, 1-minute chart, if you plan to get in here, where's going to be your stop loss? Make sure that you automatically set your stop loss, especially if you're just getting started, because I know that when I was first getting started, I would try to have a mental stop loss, but because of not being as disciplined as you can be later on, you're hopeful and you're just like, wait, I'm just going to give it a little bit more time, and then it just continues to sell off, and then you begin to back hold. Just not the best practice, right? What's going on, Jason? Anyone here from Philly? Nice. I like some Philly cheesesteaks. Are Philly cheesesteaks from Philly? Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, okay. Come on, bro. I'm Mexican. Leave me alone. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. So one of the things that I like about natural gas right now is that this natural gas is not making higher highs anymore. So it is trying to hold up and it is trying to push up, and that's great. But one thing that I see is that, again, I like to look at and focus like on progression. And do you guys know what I mean by that? Do you guys know what I mean by progression? If something is consistently uptrending or consistently downtrending, it's easier for me to understand its direction and at it the rate that it's going. So if something is consistently uptrending and at a quick rate, that's the progression. So if it continues to rally and the momentum is still there, then great. I find that attractive. I can take advantage of that opportunity. If something uptrends quickly, but then the progression in the way that it pushes up begins to slow down, then guess what? The progression has slowed down, and maybe we're approaching a resistance or maybe an area to sell. So what's your position size? So it's 200 shares. So right now that should be like a little bit over $20,000 for ticker symbol DGAS. So DGAS just broke above the $50 price point. Again, based off previous patterns and previous highs, it was 106. So I'm going to go ahead and get my order ready to sell. So I'm going to put my limit order here, click 100% of my position size, put limit order here, and then I'm just going to put like 88 or something like that. I don't care to sell at the highest price point or anything like that. Let's see where we're at right now. So we're up about 247. So not a huge amount, but again, just a couple minutes of trading, not bad. It's a little bit over 1% of what I've been trading with today. So, it's money, right? If you guys, I'm someone that's like very goal oriented. How many of you guys have a goal of making like $25 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day? I think it's great to have a dollar goal, but as well as with a percentage goal. I also want to remind you that one of the things that we like to empower our members to do and to understand is that the trading account that you are trading with today is not what it can or will be 5 or 10 years down the road. Does that make sense? Because as you continue to refine your trading best practices and you don't discourage yourself, as you continue to save more money, as you continue to become a better trader, and as you continue to just become more profitable, your account size will grow, right? And you will slowly become more comfortable with trading with a larger dollar amount. This means that right now, if you're trying to aggressively trade your account and if you're someone that's just getting started, I wouldn't even focus on trying to make money. I would focus on making sure that every trade that I take simply makes sense. If there's a reason for you to cut losses, then great, make sure that you cut losses. If there's a reason for you to sell, then great, make sure that you sell based off of kind of like the blind trading challenge. The whole premise behind that week of trading was to show you guys how important it is to focus on the patterns and the actual technicals rather than how much money it is that you are up and how much money it is that you are down. It doesn't matter how much money you're up or where you bought or where you sold. We are all completely irrelevant to the specific pattern and price point that, of anything it is that we are trading. And as long as you understand that, you will slowly become more aware of certain patterns and how to actually consistently trade. And I think that's the beautiful thing about this is, again, if you don't discourage yourself and you understand that you're someone that's just getting started, it's not about having huge goals. And like when you're just getting started, it's not about having like a $50 goal or a $100 goal. It's your account size should accommodate who it is that you are right now. And it's someone that's just getting started. So if you have $100,000 to your name, great. You should still probably be paper trading or trading with an account size that accommodates a new trader. It's great that you have access to such a large amount of money, which can be very useful once you develop your trading best practice. Does that make sense? Because what if it just doesn't work out for you? You worked so hard for those $100,000 and you're just going to give it all back. Why not just dedicate some time, because you worked so hard for that, to develop a series of best practices that can actually assist you in growing your account? I think that makes much more sense. There we go. Nice little pullback right around 106. So let's go ahead and look at natural gas. Oh, that's a good question. So this is explained in a series of my YouTube videos as well. So like, how do you use your cursor to measure the percentage growth of the stock? So it's actually a drawing tool. So you click here, you click on drawing tools, and it's actually the trend line tool. So it's this little like almost like backslash there. So what I do after you have that little thing, I left click and then I drag and then I let go of it. And then it zooms in. For the actual like percentage cursor, then actually I don't drag or anything like that. I just click, I let it highlight that, and then I can move my thing up or down without clicking. I don't have to hold anything. So you actually have to click and let go, and then you can do whatever it is that you want. So it makes it a lot easier for me to understand, like, okay, I got in at like 2.67, margin of profit is 0.35%, and I'm gonna cut losses at 0.01 or something like that, or 0.1%. So it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to determine the specific price points and stuff like that. Can you explain why you haven't cut losses? Yeah, there's no break-of pattern yet. Natural gas is not aggressively pushing up. Like, yes, it did pull back. There's a difference from a pullback and a break-of pattern. So, if you feel uncomfortable with how much it is that you are trading with, then, you probably shouldn't be trading with that larger amount of money. But as of right now, we're still seeing it, a trade in between like the middle and top VWAP. Yes, it is riding the middle VWAP line. But one of the last things that I want to do is to, cut losses at the very bottom. We're seeing this pattern where we're seeing this like slight little resistance right around the 2.676. Do you see this? Here, 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 and here. If I were to cut losses on degas, which is the exact opposite of natural gas, I'm literally selling at the very bottom, because if this thing begins to sell off, it doesn't mean that it's going to pull back. It just means that based off previous patterns, this is around the area of where it got rejected. And I can give it all this time. So right here, right? There's this nice little margin here of a resistance, and the middle VWAP was a support. So as of right now, this is the range that I'm trading with. So even if it does end up pushing up a little bit more, it's still within the same pattern that I originally saw value in. So if it's within the same pattern, there's no break of pattern. once this thing begins to push up or once this thing begins to push down, there's a break of pattern depending on what side I'm on for natural gas. Hi Ricky, when I'm trying to get into the Learn Plan Profit group, when do you usually trade with the Learn Plan Profit group? Is it 15 minutes before the market opens? So it's actually at market open. On Wednesdays from time to time, I will trade during pre-market hours just to give people like a perspective of how it is that I trade during pre-market hours. There's sometimes that I'll trade 30 minutes before the market opens, sometimes 30 minutes after the market opens, but just to have a consistent like time, I normally trade at market open every single day. And that's for about minimum 30 minutes, max around like an hour to an hour and a half. And it's always, I mean, feel free to ask any Learn Plan Profit member that like, you know, and we can get you in contact with a couple of them. And again, we want them to share their honest opinion. I just try to have a good time with like the Learn Plan Profit group. It's a great way for me to start my morning and just to be like super motivated to kickstart the day. Not only do we trade and answer a bunch of like trading questions and best practices, and I share my like why I'm taking a position. You know, it's because it's so easy to like be like, okay, like I watch a couple of videos and you know, look for this, look for that, and great. But then once you actually, I don't know if you guys have ever felt like this, but once it begins to like, you know, after watching a couple of videos and then you're put in that position to trade yourself, it could almost be like overwhelming. But to have someone and see someone trade live and share their thought process every single day is, in my opinion, refreshing and can kind of like put you in that mindset again that you might need to be put in that mental state where you understand what it is that you're doing and you feel extremely comfortable doing it. And then you have a bunch of other people to rely on to also, you know, answer any questions that you might have that have already, you know, gone through the course and stuff like that. So LPPs for the boys. What's going on? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I have a couple of people asking that are probably part of Learn Plan Profit. Like what's going on? Why do I keep talking about those that are not? So today is like, well, because I leave to China tomorrow, wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to go live. But it's our free live trading session today. So we opened up the live stream to everyone, and we do this once a month. So it's just so everyone can get a taste of what the Learn Plan Profit group gets to experience. So yeah. Let's see. What time does the stock market open for people in the West Coast? 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. So if you're in California and stuff like that, it opens at around 6:30. So again, market opens at 7:30, and you can search up all these different time frames or time zones. But in Arizona, market opens at 7:30 a.m. In California and Pacific Standard Time, it opens at 6:30 a.m. as you guys are 1 hour behind right now. And then in the East Coast, right, it's 2 hours ahead, and then Central, it's 1 hour ahead of me and stuff like that. But yeah, holy moly, guys, I'm about to have to sneeze right now, and I really do apologize if it's too loud for all you headphone users. Oh my goodness. Oh, holy moly, that was a beautiful sneeze. Get some sleep, Ricky. What's going on, Joshua? What's up? What's up? Here we go. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. How many of you guys love sneezing? Because I do. I swear it's one of the most beautiful things. Okay, nice little push up on natural gas. And one thing that I am noticing is that, again, we're getting a lot of consolidation on the middle of the up. So it almost makes sense on why it's bouncing. But again, it's still within the range. So I can make the decision if I really want to cut losses on ticker symbol DGAS. So it did break below the middle view up, but I'm trying to pay a little bit more attention to the pattern on natural gas, as this is kind of like what, to me, what's most like important. Yeah, let's see. So this is a really good question. So hi, Ricky, I'm a really big fan, 15 years old. But yeah, so I think one of the biggest things, especially for someone like, regardless of your age, is to become more familiar. Like, you're so young that you need to become familiar with like what material or what markets you resonate well with. I'm not saying that the stock market's going to be the best for you, but this is the time, if possible, if you're someone that's like in that state that, you know, can dedicate time to learn more about other markets, learn a little bit about like drop shipping, learn a little bit about maybe Forex, learn a little bit about stocks, learn a little bit about starting your own business, and see like what groups and what videos and what markets and niches you resonate the best with. Like just view yourself as a person and all the work that it's going to take. Because again, each and every single market that I just listed is extremely difficult on a consistent basis to be successful in. There's no question about it. All these markets are extremely like lucrative markets, and everyone wants to be successful in those markets. So what is it that you're going to do at age 15 right now to get started, to start learning, so by the time that you're 20, 25, and 30, that you can be ahead of the curve? It doesn't mean that you have to be a multi-billionaire or anything of that sort, but it just means that you're dedicating time to learn more about potential markets that could be extremely beneficial for you and your future, and maybe for your future family. I remember that, yes, I was initially motivated by the Nissan GTR and one day being able to afford one after watching the Fast and the Furious movies for all my car guys. But later on, I understood and came across with the true like idea that like money isn't everything. And I was actually when I had my house and my GTR when I was 21, I was probably at a state where I was like very unhappy. But then when I started to work towards a much like when my mindset in a sense changed, and I started to become more empowered to work for to provide a better foundation and a better future for like my parents or for my future family, or my future wife and stuff like that. That was something that I thought was much more empowering and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, there's so much information to learn. Like investing, I think the concepts that you learn about, like if you were to even just start paper trading right now, there's a lot of information that you can learn for free online. The biggest thing is structure. So just know that you're going to make mistakes, but be empowered to do that, because the more mistakes you make, the more you become aware of what not to do. And if you're paper trading, then guess what? It doesn't cost you anything. I think that's a great thing about it. It just literally costs you time. And that's the biggest thing for people. It's, a lot of people get dropped off as it takes too much time to consistently be successful in a market. But you're super young. Even for those that are a little bit older, if you're in a position where you can dedicate a little bit more time to learn something new on a consistent basis, I think it could be extremely beneficial. What do I think it's so ugly?
New Supra, someone asked.
Oh.
I'm thinking of the new Supra.
Yeah, no, I don't like that thing. Future wife, are you hinting at me? You cracked me up. How crazy would that be? I end up marrying someone that's part of like Learn, Plan, Profit or Tech with Solutions. No, all right, calm down. For all my future wives out there, I mean, not future wives, hopefully just just future wife. Yeah, let's keep it at that. Oh shit, sorry. There we go. Nice little push up. Nice little stop loss for the boys. There you go. Got to get ready. Oh.
You can't wipe the fans.
Oh man.
Nice little hobby for the girls. Not bad.
Down.
Cheating already.
Oh my god, you guys crack me up. This is what it's like literally every single day. I say one thing that's like, just imagine you guys speaking for like 30 minutes to an hour every single day with these people, like, and you're like super dorky. Yeah, the people make fun of me because of the cold Pop-Tarts that I eat. There's just a list of things that they make fun of me about, but it's all good. Poking fun. Don't worry, bro. I'll be your future wife. Can you predict the direction that natural gas will go after the report? No, that's something that we've talked about multiple times before. I actually have a video about it on YouTube. And I personally don't like holding anything during the natural gas report. It seems like a coin flip. I would rather buy the dip on whatever sold off, especially if whatever sold off was actively uptrending before the report. As based on my track record, it made sense on why I should probably buy it. So, yeah, I mean, we're most likely going to be able to, I think we might go for a little bit of a longer live stream today. So right now we're at an average purchase price of 106.39. I'm gonna have to get rid of this, especially as we're getting closer to the. I'm just gonna start answering people's questions. We're getting really close to that report. So yes, longer live. Should I close out this live stream? Are you guys bored right now? Should I close it out? Let me know. If you guys want me to close out the live stream before the natural gas report, I'll close it out. And if not, then we're good then? Okay. Oh, now you guys want, okay. All right, now let me get a show of hands of where my future wives are at. Let's see. No? Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Now, what time is the natural gas report at? It's in about 21 minutes. Here we go. Nice little push up with the boys. JDST making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, I like that. Thank you again for that call out. Perfect. So watch out for this though. Watch out for this because yes, gold is selling off, which means JDST should be pushing up. But as this thing becomes so oversold, you'll see it begin consolidate and potentially reverse back up again, just like we saw this. It really rode, and then started to push up and show signs of an uptrend. So just be aware that again, if something is super oversold and you're milking it, like JDST as it continues to push up, great. Just be on high alert to be able to like cover your profits. That's all I ask, just because it's at an area where it makes sense on why it can reverse up. Again, have a reason behind everything it is that you do. Here we go. Nice little push up for the boys. Let's see. Here we go. See where we're at. 255, again, not the best, but profit's profit. Let's see. Hey, Ricky, what about /CL? Let's go ahead and check that out. We'll check it out right now. Pulling back a little bit. Let's see where we're at. No, natural gas is still selling off. I'm going to hold. Check this out. And again, I could be completely wrong, and it's around that general area, and there should be, again, there is a reason on why I should probably sell. But again, natural gas got rejected. It's still selling off, and it's right around that middle view up. What would you guys say? There we go. Making lower lows. Can we make lower lows? Let's see. D guys, where you at? I have natural gas right here on my second screen. So again, you guys don't need a second screen. You guys can use like have a split screen or have your iPhone out or your tablet, whatever it is that you guys have. So yeah, we're getting some consolidation around this general area. Let's see. If I see any signs of a push up, I'll lock in profits. But right now, natural gas is at the, and again, this is what I want to show you guys. So natural gas is still holding above this general area, but again, it's still below the middle view up. So I want to give it the, the chance. There it goes. It's pushing up. So gonna have to lock it in. There it goes, pulling back. So again, look at the spread. Look at the spread. 106.20 is the bid. 106.43 is the buy. I'm sorry, the bid and the ask. So this is where people are selling. This is where people are buying. So the spread is pretty big. Think about it. Let's say you have not 1,000 shares. That's quite a bit. But even like 200 shares, right? And then, 20 cents. That's $40. That's a pretty decent amount of money. And that's with $20,000. But right now, again, we're still above the EMA line. And for natural gas, we're still below the EMA line. So we're getting a nice little push up on natural gas. How do you add a second screen as a part of the same TOS? Yeah, so all you have to do is you go here and you open up a second screen, and then you right click it, and then you click detach and stuff like that. So right here, detach, and then you can have a second screen and stuff like that. So yeah. And there's monitors that are super cheap. Again, I know not everyone is in a position where they can buy like a second monitor, but you could even use like a computer screen. I mean a TV screen. Like OfferUp, right, for like $100 or something like that, or even $50. People are just trying to get rid of, again, find good deals in every market. People are just trying to get rid of like old computers and stuff like that just have a USB connector, and you can find a USB connector from your desktop to whatever it is that you have to your other screen, off of like Amazon or AliExpress. Thanks, Colby. Cool last name. Colby's the freaking man. Colby right, because he's never wrong, right? Craigslist monitors for $20. Wow, holy crap. I spent way too much on mine then. But mine's like a little bit like, yeah, no. I honestly, it fell before I even put it to use. Yeah, right? Does it come with like a huge scratch on the screen? Yeah, mine does.
Giveaway for your,
Let's see. Dad jokes coming in hot. Wow, Jason, thank you for throwing me under the bus. I hate you guys. You guys are horrible. See, nice little bounce off of natural gas. And this is where I'm going to have to get rid of it. I don't want to hold. Hey, did we take out the trash today? Yeah? So that's a no.
I don't think so.
Okay. Good to know, Jess.
The only thing I did was schedule the cleaning today.
Let's see. Pits get sweaty before the report. I know, I feel you on that one. Especially if you're probably holding something, right? Yo, can you check if the trash... Can you please go check?
Right now.
Yeah, right now. We have a bunch of trash. Dude.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
I know the stream. We take the trash out.
Alright, Justin's gonna finish up the stream. Oh,
Rick's gotta take out his trash.
yeah. Justin's been slacking, just don't let him know, but... No, just kidding. It's great. Here we go. Oh my goodness, Ricky, go do your chores. I'm literally the cleanest person at our house. Like, no question about it. There we go. Pushing up again. Can LPP be used in the UK for trades or just USA? So Jamie, the easiest way to put that is like, a lot of the material that we cover within the course, it's not found on YouTube, but again, I share so much information on YouTube that you could become familiar with like my trading style. So the series of like best practices and like patterns that I follow and the way that I trade, first see that for free on YouTube, see if it makes sense to you, see if you can implement it and it works well for you. And if it does, then great. I think the course can be very effective for you. But if you see that it can't and stuff like that, then maybe, it's not the most suitable for you. So I think that's the best way to do it. It's like there's no magic secrets, nothing like that. It's just structured in a way that's much easier to learn and straight to the point. So there's this nice little MACD reversal on natural gas that I was not paying attention to that I probably should have. I thought you said elephant P, not LPP. That's hilarious. How dare you? Yo. What is the main difference between the SMA line and the EMA line indicator lines? So I have mine set at different lengths, but besides that, the exponential moving average, in my experience, moves a lot quicker, and I use it more for like day trade confirmations. The simple moving average moves a lot slower, and I use it for more understanding direction or for longer term trades, just because it moves slower, so it's less, it's not as easily influenced by intraday patterns. It is influenced by intraday patterns, but it takes a longer time for that overall reversal to happen and stuff like that. So You good?
God both out, baby.
Let's go.
Pouring out some.
Is it really?
It's raining. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
That sucks.
Any opinions on Nike? Let's go ahead and check it out. Of course. Thank you for asking. Here we go. What do you guys think about Nike? If you guys were to check this out. So I have a limit order set on D guys anyways, so if it sells, it will sell. But what do you guys think about Nike? So let's say some good things and let's say some pros and some cons. Again, it's not just all negative things, right? What's great about it? What's not so great about it? So I like the RSI. I like the MACD, and I like that it's been a consistent uptrend. I like that the SMA line is pointing up, and it was showing signs of an aggressive descending pattern, but now it's a little bit more on the overbought side. I think patterns tend to repeat themselves. I don't think that it's going to sell off right away, but based off previous patterns and previous price points and where it's at right now, it's not the best deal. And it makes sense on why maybe it can begin to downtrend just like it has before. That would be my overall kind of like just breakdown on it. What program do you use for LPP? I don't know what you mean by what program. Thoughts on TLRY? I think that's a pump and dump. I don't like to talk about pump and dumps. I don't like to be a part of them. Again, I don't like to rely on manipulation or hope. And I think a lot of newer traders get caught into the hype with these pump and dumps and don't understand where the proper place to sell or buy or cut losses on. So I'd rather not talk about them. Where did my jewel go? What's going on, Teddy? What's up? I see that you like the new shirt that I got. And for all those that are going to be asking, I don't jewel. I just think it's a really funny shirt. There we go. I feel like I had to explain myself. And of course, as soon as I freaking sell, it pushes up. It literally pushed up another what? What is that? 25 cents, 26 cents? Perfect. Again, but there's a reason behind why I sold. The two reasons. Again, I saw that it was a little bit close. There's a slight resistance right around that general area, and that's why I felt comfortable selling. But there it goes. It's still showing signs of an uptrend. The reason that I'm on there it goes. Freaking crap. Natural gas just broke below the middle view up. Okay, so again, natural gas is right around. If it breaks below this, we'll probably see a little bit of a sell-off. But again, I do want to remind you, before you take your next position, in 8 minutes, there's a natural gas report. This means that based off previous patterns, it could push up or push down 2.5%, maybe even up to 5%. The volatility is normally too great for me that I don't want to take part of it, just due to me thinking that it's like a coin flip. So yes, it does suck that I missed out on some margin, right? But what's going to be even worse is, me getting stuck in a trade and then something that's no longer a good deal because now we're approaching that 107 resistance based off of previous patterns during pre-market and aftermarket open, that, hey, this thing might, after the natural gas report comes out, if this thing sells off 2%, then guess what? Just because of FOMO and the fear of missing out, and because I got upset with myself to not sell at the best price point, now I'm down 2.5% instead of the 2% or what was that? So I sold at 106.42 and then hit highs of, what was that? 108.8. So less than 0.5%. Again, 0.5% is not going to matter. And again, this is going to be a very little simple thing that I say, but trust me, please take note of it. How many times, 0.5% right now, if I were to try to get back in right now, because I had FOMO and I got pissed that I sold way too early, I'm going to try to get back in right now just due to the idea of FOMO and the dollar amount that I missed out on. But looking at previous patterns and seeing how overbought it is, it's not a good deal. It does not make sense. The MACD is overextended. The RSI is overextended. There's no actual reason on the technical standpoint on why to get in. So if I get in right now and then I go in and the natural gas report comes out and then it drops 2.5%, I might get discouraged, right? If I'm someone that just got started, I'm just like, wow, the market's always against me, blah, 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 blah. I can't do this, whatever, right? I'm never going to want to trade again. That's like 90% of people that fail. Why not understand that and calculate the extra 0.5% that I could have made in that trade is not going to freaking matter 20 years down the road. And the only way that I can get to that 20-year down the road, point to trade is if I don't discourage myself and make these simple mistakes that everyone makes. Just make sure that every decision that you make moving forward, there's a reason behind it, not based on the monetary aspect and not based on your goal, but the actual trade itself. Your trades are completely irrelevant to the pattern. Understand that. So if you're trading based off of how much money it is that you're up, how much money it is that you are down, trust me, it will bite you in the butt. That's the easiest way for me to put it, because I want you guys to understand that even if you're down like $1 and it's showing signs of a resistance, long term, it's going to make sense on why you should cut losses there or just lock in profits or just close the position there, because it's at a resistance. Even if it goes up a little bit more where you could have breaking even, trust me, it does not matter. It's not going to matter later down the road. What is going to matter is if you consistently discourage yourself, you're not going to be empowered to want to trade 20 years from now. Can you talk about your telecommunication job? How did you get it? I'm trying to get more money so I can trade. I just applied. I was someone that was very driven at a very young age, and that was something during my interview process that the manager that interviewed me when I was 18. So my first job was my first telecommunication job was at T-Mobile, and it was in California. It was at the highest volume store. So right there we have DGAS pushing up. So again, DGAS, the natural gas report is out in 5 minutes. So that's why I'm staying away. Normally, if I see this thing pushing up, I would normally try to take part of it. Still try to focus on getting a good deal. But right now, I'm not touching it because the natural gas report is in just a little bit. But I love to empower people to get a commission-based job, a sales-based job, something that is incentivized, not just on the amount of hours that you work, unless you get paid a lot on an hourly standpoint. But what I, told them how driven I was. I told them that I was buying and selling, cars. I told them that I was trading. I told them that I was buying and selling phones, and I was just so proactive in selling things online that they saw that I was someone that was driven. And when it comes down to a sales-based job, that's something that's very attractive. Also, you want to be knowledgeable about the market that you're about to get into. So I was buying and selling phones already on my own. So when they were asking me questions about the phones and the services and stuff like that, I was at least in tune with based off of the average person of what it was that I was doing. So if you're going to go apply for a sales-based job in medical devices, then be somewhat knowledgeable about how to be successful in that. Or if you're going to be applying for jobs for about a car dealership, then guess what? Have some at least knowledge that will set you apart from everybody else. It's literally all I would always focus on is just being a little bit better than the average person. So I'm not any smarter. I'm not I'm not super smart. And again, this might sound and Justin might hate me for saying this, but it's not that I'm the best at anything it is that I do. It's that I'm always just a little bit better. And that little bit of better with the best practices and the habits of being consistent and never giving up and always trying to find a solution for everything I do, that has led me to be in a position of where it is that I am today. So if you are someone that can get a job, and on top of that go to school, and on top of that find a market that you are empowered to be successful in, then great. Why not juggle 3 things at once if you can? Why not? If you want to be and be 3 times, 5 times, 10 times more successful than the average person, then your input has to match up with the output that you desire, right? It makes sense. It's nothing crazy. I know it sounds a little bit better. And again, I don't like to be cocky or anything like that. I hope you guys know that. But it's just, when it comes down to anything that I do, it's I wasn't ever the fastest. I actually was the fastest person in my elementary school, and then some little kid that came from absolutely nowhere beat my mile time. But again, I wasn't the fastest at that point. I was just a little bit better. And when it came down to my grades, I wasn't the smartest, but just I was a little bit better, or a little bit smarter to stay afloat in my grades. I was definitely not the best student whatsoever. But yeah, It's just I'm just trying to be as honest as I can with you guys in my experience, and that it wasn't anything special. I don't have like any special, like, I don't know. It's just not giving up. Oh, P&L. Yeah, you guys can feel free to check it out. 231. So nothing crazy. About halfway to my daily goal. It's been a decent morning. My biggest struggles for today has been my entry points. So just trading that. So right now the natural gas report is in about 80 seconds. So 80 seconds natural gas report. Just a reminder that there is going to be a fluctuation in price. If you want to close out your position, I would do it now. Again, don't leave it till a coin flip. Just a friendly reminder. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this plays out, and then we'll close out the live stream. Again, how many spots do we have? I didn't even list that. How many spots do we have for the $75 off coupon?
I had total of 10.
Total of 10. Okay. How many have been used already? Okay. Sounds good. Your hair looks like a pillow. But yeah, for all those that want to learn a little bit more about the stock market and like the way that we do things and wants to watch me trade live every single day, there we go. Huge sell-off. And guess what? Natural gas was pushing up. So this is almost a proper sell-up. But again, the first link in the description, if you don't see it, click the first link in the description and you guys can see the $75 off coupon. And that's going to be the biggest sell that we're going to offer. Wow. Wait. What's going on? Holy... So I got filled with 100 shares. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I got filled at an average purchase price of 104.48. So I'm going to see if we can be, again, it could still sell off and it probably will sell off a little bit more. Let's see where it's at. So it was you guys that pushed up, but D-Gaz was the one that was trying to show signs of an uptrend. So I like that. So there we're going to receive it. It's pushing up already too quick. Wow. Looks like I missed my chance to, let's see. I want to give it a little bit more time to make sure that this is the bottom. So I'm just going to have my order ready with another 100 shares, and then we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so it's $75 off. It's the first link in the description. Yeah, I'll mark my entries and my exits in just a little bit. Give me one quick second. Let me close out this trade or finish this. Or let me just see if we could find a bottom here. There it goes. Back at 104.30. Look out for lower lows. Again, it hit lows of 104.12 during pre-market hours. So we're getting a nice little push up. This is not live. What? Okay. This is not live. I just knew you were going to say that message. I like that. Nice. Nice 304 profit for the boys. Watch out for the break below 104. Here we go. Break below 104. Nice sell off. Ooh, huge sell off. Nice. This is why we wait before adding more to our position size. Let's see. Yeah, so I know that. Oh, wow. Huge push up. That's crazy. Wow. 102. But yeah, you guys can check like the stream on YouTube. The streams are usually delayed about 3 to 5 seconds, 10 seconds max, just due to how YouTube does their thing. But yeah, these streams are never intended for anyone to copy my trades by any means. I wouldn't say it's a couple minutes off though. Yeah, depends on your internet, I guess. Here we go. How did that not get filled? Wow, my TOS is laggy now.
Refresh it.
Let's see. Where are we at? Average purchase price 104.09. Let's see. Mine has only been ever 1 to 2 seconds off. Yeah, it's different. It depends on the person's live stream. Altogether, regardless, like even if you do have like exact real time to my live stream, you should never be copying my trades. That's not the purpose of this these live streams. It's to ask me questions, for you to hear my thought process, and to see like the reasons behind my trades and stuff like that, not to copy them. Hope you guys are all aware of that. Like once I close out the live stream, you know, if I didn't close out my position before then you're gonna be in trouble. Nice little push up for the boys. Where are we at? Where are we at, Natural Gas? Where are we at? Let's see. Oh, Ricky, you spoke too soon. Again, the MACD is starting to show signs of a reversal. This doesn't mean, we've seen it multiple times, this doesn't mean that it's going to like fully reverse right now. We've seen it times where it pushes up and then it pulls right back down again. And then it actually takes, 5 to 30 minutes for it to reverse back up. And sometimes it doesn't even fully reverse back up. But the pattern was there. Natural gas was showing signs and beginning to show signs of a potential sell-off. So it made sense on why DGAS was pushing up. So now I'm kind of just waiting out on this. So again, I'm kind of following with a nice little resistance here, right here, and there. Yeah. Go, let me give it a little bit more time. For the boys. Ricky, prove to that person that this is live. I have no idea. If they don't believe it, they don't believe it. It's all good. I'm not here to prove. I appreciate that, Sean. I know you tune in all the time, but I'm not here to like prove myself to anyone. If they don't want to believe it, like, shoot, don't. It doesn't matter. Exactly. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. What's going on, Solly? What's up? What's up? Get them to ask you something so you can maybe answer it. Yeah, feel free to ask any question. Ricky, do a POV of bikes. We actually did one yesterday in Weston's channel. So we drove 2 Ducatis. I saved up. Sup, Thick Rig. What's going on, Grayson? What's up? What's up? I bought way to go soon. What's going on, Tyler? Welcome to the team. Yeah. So what's Doc Ross? What is going on, my dude? So we're getting a lot of consolidation right around the 105.50. Again, just because I'm uncertain of I just always sell too early. But again, profit is profit. Should I sell or should I not sell? What do you guys think? So again, the MACD is still in my favor. The RSI is still in my favor. It's just the consolidation that we're getting right now with natural gas. If natural gas breaks above 2.69, I'll sell. No, but then we're getting really close to where I bought at. And then the trade becomes insignificant. Let's see. I just wanted to show you guys that I wanted to close out the position during this live stream. I really do think that that DGAS can push up all the way back to 106 and 107. And I would be done trading for the day. I just wanted to close it out for the sake of the live stream, but I'll just show you guys my trades that I took during this live stream, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll close it out. But yeah, here were my buys, here were my sells, here were my buys, here was my sells, and buy, and I still haven't closed out my last position. So that's pretty much it. So as of right now, I'm up a little bit under $300, so not a crazy amount. Again, you win some, you lose some, but we're still doing pretty well. DWT is absolutely just ripping it. So yeah, or not a huge amount, but it's pushing up. So again, very consistent uptrend pattern. Again, be sure to follow /CL. So I'm just going to do a closeout to this live stream. I want to talk about what's trending up, what's trending down. So natural gas as of right now, yes, it had a huge push up, but now it's downtrending. Hold up, where's my position on DGAS? There we go, nice little push up. So I'll leave that limit order there. But yeah, I think that natural gas, because it pushed up so much, I think it's just going to begin to pull right back down. But again, no confirmation just yet, so don't go based off of my words right now. Gold, just like we said, found a support. Did we not call it out? Then it made sense on why it could bounce. Consolidated, pushed up, and now it's a little bit more on the overextended side, so maybe it can continue to downtrend. But overall, downtrend direction. Just understand that, and the correlating ETFs. /NQ. Aggressive downtrend, finding like this almost like cup and handle pattern. So that correlates on over to to TQQ and SQQ. And then we got /CL with a consistent downtrend, which is in favor of DWT and not UWT. But let's see. All right. Here we go. Nice little push up for the boys. Got 320, 340 for the day. All right, guys. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. I had an absolute blast. I don't know how you guys feel about today's live stream, but I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Again, if you want to be able to experience this every single day, we had a total, I don't know how many are left. It's the first link in the description. It's the Learn Plan Profit coupon for $75 off. We'd love to have you as a part of the team. Only and only if you see value in it. You get to watch me trade live every single day. You get access to the course for a lifetime, and you get access to the private group chat. It's no monthly subscription. It's just a one-time fee, and that is it. You get access to all the updates and all that good stuff. I do want to remind you guys that, again, it is going to take time. It's not going to be an absolute easy market to be successful in, but I can guarantee you that one of the things that I'm here to do is to make sure that I just assist you along the way. So as long as you're proactive and reaching out to me, then I'm here to help out. I do also want to let you guys know that, the stock market's not the only market that I invest in. If you have any questions about, buying your first house or investing in cars, I hope that I can act as a positive catalyst for your success, and that you're empowered to ask me about the different markets that I invest in, as I would love to be a part of your success. Thank you guys again. I'm going to be flying to China tomorrow, so please pray for me to have a safe travel with me and the TechBuds team. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to let me know. So I don't think that there's going to be a live trading feed tomorrow, but we'll make sure that we kickstart it as early as Monday, and I'll be going live in China, Shanghai, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, thank you guys again. Hope you guys all kill it. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Make someone smile today, learn something new, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.